Hello stampers and crafters, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah McGuire from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today's card is this beautiful blue one. We're going to be using Boho Blue and Misty Moonlight along with the Artistically Inked stamp set and the artistic dies and some beautiful designer series paper to create this card. So if you want to see how easy it is to make, please keep watching. So this is the last project of the week that I've made using the Artistically Inked stamp set. If you want to see all the other projects I've made using this set, head over to my blog, sassypapercrafts.com, and you'll find them all there. I will also have a blog post up tomorrow recapping the week and putting everything all in one place for you. So this stamp set is a cling stamp set. There are 12 stamps in here, and it coordinates with the artistic dies, which I'll be showing you. I did a card yesterday using the more detailed, intricate dies. Today we're just going to be using this big one for the flower and this little one for the middle piece. So we're not going to be using a whole bunch. We're only using 3 stamps from the set. So let's start with our stamping. I already have my stamps on blocks. We're going to be using this big flower here, the hello, and then this little flower there. And I am using 2 inks. I'm using Boho Blue and Misty Moonlight. And we're going to be using the Countryside Inn designer series paper, which you can see right here is all sorts of beautiful blues. Night of Navy, Misty Moonlight, Boho Blue, Balmy Blue. They're all in there. It's a beautiful paper. So let's start by doing our stamping. First, I need a piece of scrap paper, which I didn't get ready, so I need to just cut one really quick. I always have basic white right next to me. It stays on my desk all the time because I use it so very much, and my paper trimmer is off here, just off screen. I'm going to cut this piece. It's probably a little big, but it's fine. Move our card so I don't get it all inky. We're going to start with our Boho Blue. Now, really, you only have to use one color if all you have is Boho Blue or Misty Moonlight. You could use them for this card. I wanted to give it a little bit of depth, a little bit of dimension, so I am using 2 colors. So I'm going to ink up my big flower here in the Boho Blue. Try and make sure I got ink all over it. A stamp, and that looks really dark, but that is going to dry down. Then I'm going to take the Misty Moonlight, that over here, and our little flower, and we're going to stamp that right there. And then before I put that away, I'm going to grab our card base, and this is thick basic white, and we're going to stamp the inside of our card. And I'm just taking this little flower here, and we're just going right on the bottom corner with that little flower. And now we need to do our sentiment. I have this little piece of basic white. All the measurements for this card are on my blog, so don't worry about writing any of those down. We're going to ink our sentiment up in Misty Moonlight. And I'm just going to line this up with my grid paper so I get it as centered as I possibly can. And there is our sentiment. So that is it for stamping. This card really focuses on the designer series paper, and I love the Countryside Inn designer series paper. I didn't think I would because it's all blue, but I do love it. So I'm just going to clean off my stamps real quick with my Stampin' Mist and my Stampin' Scrub, and then I'm going to show you how I die cut these, because it's not very hard, but if you don't line up the dies correctly, they're not going to come out right. Remove our sentiment. I don't need that. I do need this. Put our stamps away because I don't like to put things down. I like to just put them away, and that way they are ready for me the next time I need them and I don't lose any stamps. Get our blocks out of here. I'm gonna grab the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Make sure my paper fits. That might be a little bit big. So I'm just going to cut it down a little bit just to make sure that'll fit through the machine. That'll work. Fold down my plates here. And then I have the number 1 platform. number 2 cutting plate. We're going to put our basic white right on there, and I'm going to grab some washi tape. Now you can use a Post-it note, anything that's sticky but that is repositionable. You don't want a permanent adhesive. You don't want something like tear and tape. And this is just some old washi tape I had. I've had this for like ever. You can get this at the dollar store. So I'm just going to line this up and see what I mean. If you line it up funky, it's not going to cut right. There's a certain way to do it. So I'm just going to turn this until I find which way it goes, and that is which way it goes. I'm just going to line that up and then put down a piece of washi tape here. I'll do one more just to make sure it stays. A while ago they had mentioned coming out with a magnetic platform for this, and I was so excited, and then I have never heard anything about it again. So if they actually come out with a magnetic platform, I'll be very excited, because I love how our old magnetic platform, the dies just stick right to it. All right, so those are down. I'm just going to put my top plate over it, and then we're going to run this through. So everything is cut out now. I'm just going to remove very carefully my washi tape. I don't want to rip my paper. So there's our flower, and there's our center. Gonna set these aside for now. And now we can put our card together. So grab our card base back. I'm going to grab my bone folder and just burnish that edge because I want it to lay flat. And then grab our designer series paper pieces. So this is our Misty Moonlight, and this is, you can use either side of either side of this paper. I liked that one. I also have a piece of basic white there. Again, all the measurements are on my blog. A little strip for our piece there. You could use that side too. They're both beautiful. And then our sentiment. So I'm just going to grab some Stampin' Seal, and this is pretty easy to put together. I'm going to run the seal along, and I'm going to put this over. I'm going to line it up with my grid paper just so I can get it straight. Put this over to the left hand side, and then we can put our little strip here on our piece. Trying to get it lined up. Then I'm going to take a dimensional, 2 of them, I think, and pop this up right there. And for our center, I am going to grab a mini dimensional. If you don't have mini dimensionals, you could always cut one of the standard ones in half. If I can pick it up, pop that right on there. Right in the middle, and then we can put on our sentiment. So grab a little bit of seal, and then a couple of dimensionals for that. Flip it over. Before I put everything down and together, I do want to add a little bit of ribbon. This is the boho blue textured ribbon, so I'm just going to take a little piece of this. Ooh, dropping Post-it notes. I gave this away free with a $50 order last month. This month, I'm giving away the Tahitian Tide Metallic Woven Ribbon when you use my August host code and your order is over $50 before tax and shipping. Run some seal along the back of this, and then what I like to do is just do that. And then we can put it right on our card base. And no bow or anything today. Oh, I need the dimensionals. I'm going to pop this up too. I tried one with a bow. It looked a little bit too busy, so I just thought wrapping the ribbon around looked nice. I'm going to pop this on like that. We're going to cover that ribbon up just a little bit. In my example, I put it up a little bit higher, so you could do that too. I don't know if I like that just on there or down here. Play with it, put it wherever you like it. You know what, I think I might see if I can peel this up without ripping it. I might move this down ever so slightly, like about there. And then put that right there. I like that better. Okay, so to finish our card, we're going to use the Iridescent Pearls Basic Jewels. I got my Take Your Pick tool. We're going to take one of these larger ones and put it in the center of the flower, and then two smaller ones. And just kind of randomly place them. And that is our card. So you can see it's slightly, whoops, if I can grab it, slightly different than the original. That's a little lower. The ribbon's up a little higher. Very similar though. You can get creative with this design. So I hope you enjoyed today's card. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel to see more videos from me. Again, hope you enjoyed talking about Artistically Inked all week long. Stay tuned for more card and craft ideas. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.